Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a evilous man, but him can't choke it on I man. So when I check him, my lass in hand, and if him slip, I gone with him hand. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Oh yeah. Him have to drop him fuck and run. Him can't stand up to judge a son. Him have to left ya with him gun. Dig off with him bomb. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a evilous man, but him can't choke it on I man. So when I check him, I lass in hand, and if him slip, I gone with him hand. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Move ya with your gun. Miss if you left ya with your bum. Ooh yeah, move ya with your bum. Miss if you left ya
And
with your
Ben,
bum.
you're still showing as the last follower. So yeah, we're stuck at 51, but hey, it could be worse. At least we hit the 51. All right, so welcome to the broadcast. Thanks again for joining us for some baseball action in May. I don't know where you guys all are. Well, I know where you are, Scott, and Ben, I understand you're in LA. So I'm certain your weather is actually better than ours. Here in the bustling Canadian metropolis of Hamilton, Ontario, it was a blustery 0 degrees, which is I can convert this to Fahrenheit very easily because it's freezing. It's 32. We had snow. Yeah, I don't doubt it's 90 plus in SoCal. Whereabouts in SoCal are you anyway, Ben? Anywhere in SoCal is bound to be better than here. Ooh, 69. It's a little chilly there. A little on the downside of chilly, Scott. Redlands, hour from LA, huh? Yeah, Georgia in May. It's usually warmer, isn't it? But well, anyway. Yeah, it's supposed to warm up here too, but first we have to deal with this Arctic blast. That's what they literally called it. Arctic vortex was hitting area for this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. I'm sure there's some message in that. But anyway, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Lovely. All right, well, at least it was sunny today. Always look at the bright side of life. All right, so there you go. I'm going to import some files. Hopefully we see a few more than 3 viewers for our sim tonight. It is Saturday. I mean, any other Saturday, people would be out partying or at the pub or somewheres, but it's coronavirus 2020. So where else are you going to be? Of course, you're at home on a screen. So battling for screen eyeballs. That's the name of the game. And I'm glad you guys chose to put your eyeballs on this. That makes me a happy commish. Alrighty. Georgia, I got my Coca-Cola glass. There's no Coca-Cola in it. Green beans, eh? Half an acre. Smoked 5 pounds of bacon. Nice. I might have to come and visit when this is all done, buddy. If you got 5 pounds of bacon, that'll be all gone by next week, probably, right? I love Georgia, though. And my ex has got an aunt in Ackworth, just on the other side of Atlanta. I don't know if you've been to Ackworth or know where it is. It's along the I-75. And then a little further up the road, she's got a cousin, ex-Army guy as well, in North Carolina. Yeah, I've got places to visit. He's just outside of, what the hell's it, Asheville. So Asheville, North Carolina. It's nice down there. That's my kind of place. In the mountains, the Misty Mountains. Listening to Dolly Parton, that'd be great. All right, so we've got some imports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 imports. Yeah, I Googled your city there, Scott. So I had to see where it was. I guess you're between Macon and Atlanta, hot Atlanta. Wow, 4 submitted trades. I don't think I've ever seen that many. And they're all your trades. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I see how this works. So you both submit. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I only have to actually complete 2 of them, and then the other 2 I can delete, I think, if they're the same. So we got, let's see, act and discuss, complete the trade. I think I can complete these at the beginning of the sim now. I think that's the intent of having this whole commissioner trade module, pending trade module. If you can verify that, Scott, because I know you're in another league. Am I able to action these right now and then run the sim, or do I have to do these afterwards? Making bacon, yeah. I'll delete 2 of them anyway, because they are identical. Delete and delete. And then, yeah, if you happen to know if I can action them now or if I have to hold off. Right, the DFA time. You know what? That reminds me, I gotta check the DFAs anyway before we start simming along. And Jeff did not submit, and he has a guy on the DFA list. He spent 4 games at the major level, hit 500, and he's waived and designated him for assignment. So I don't know what Jeff wants me to do with him. Is Jeff in yet? Jeff here? I need to get the list of who is in the chat? No, Jeff is not here. Yeah, that's true. Actually, if there were matches, well, probably I'd complete one, and the other one just wouldn't be able to do the trade because those players aren't on those teams. Tell you what, we'll hold off on the trades to the end of the sim. It's only a 3-game sim anyway, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to put the draft list in before the end of the sim, which means that I have to do something here. I have to edit the, I have to edit the events. Because that was supposed to happen on the Sunday. Draft Sunday, the 5th of June. Good. All right, you benched all the guys. Okay. All good. So today's sim, we're only doing 3 games. We're going to see who we are going to broadcast. Minneapolis is in Toronto. Milwaukee's in Boston. Nevada is in Washington. Chicago's in Montreal. California's playing Calgary. So unfortunately, you guys are playing AI teams. And yeah. Although I'm sure you want to see the results of the California. You know what? We'll do a real-time sim for the first game and just roll it kind of quickish. And then by then maybe we'll have some more viewers. Hey, Anakin's here. No, I'll do an AI. I'll do yeah, no AI broadcast. I'll do a broadcast. I'll do a play-by-play, just not at the AI teams. Oh, we got 6 viewers now. All right, cool. Now who we got here? Hasn't updated here. Well, anyway, I'm dead air is bad for broadcasts. So let's see. Maybe we'll do a real-time sim for game 1. We'll do the Saturday game. Will be, what did I do last time? Where's my? Did I do the Lake League first? I should keep the background music going while I'm doing this. Here's a band from Southern California. I don't have any Georgia bands, sorry. You an Offspring fan there, Ben? Oh, tonight's sponsor is Coca-Cola, buddy. There's no Coke in the glass. I ran out of Coke, but I got the glass. Oh, really? Not an Offspring fan. Oh. They were touring last year. They made it up to DC. Bud Central. get going again. All right, so we got Vegas Knights on my lid. And the old sponsor, Beer League Lager. And this one's done. Vancouver-based, well, actually Surrey, BC. The locals call it Surly. It's a little bit of a sketchy town. And the new sponsor, Fax Premium from Denmark. And Zero Foxtrot for the shirt. So veteran business. Yeah, I like that. It's a hockey player on the beer league can, but hopefully they do a baseball or softball version. That'd be awesome. All right, down to business. Okay, so we did a Metro League team, was second last game, last sim, and Lake League was first, so we'll do it the other way around. And now the Offspring is kind of giving us a little bit of a musical interlude. We'll get rid of them. Now let's have a look at the calendar here. Oh, and I got to get Stats Plus going. Yeah, the beer league. Well, I would probably still name it the Bull League, the Bull Hockey League, that BHL. That was the plan. I actually had that idea, but franchise hockey manager doesn't quite have the same sort of level of multiplayerness that OOTP does. And yes, I just did make a word up, multiplayerness. And that was the problem, actually, I think, with some of the football sims as well. Finding one that is the OOTP of that sport. And it's funny because FHM was made by the Out of the Park Development's people, but as I recall, it was just not conducive to doing an online fictional league like we do here. That was the glitch, as I recall. But something to look at. I know they're up to version 6 now. I had version 3. I didn't really like. I mean, I was okay. FHM 3 was okay. Not close at all, eh? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a hockey league. Well, in the original plan, way back in 2016, was, and this is part of the reason why I was running a baseball sim, slow sim, like 1 week equals 1 week, is because after baseball season, what do? Well, there's football, then there's hockey, and then, I mean, basketball runs the same time as hockey. But you could theoretically have sports all season or all throughout the year, just the different sports. You'd switch to football, hockey, and then come spring back to baseball. But instead, we filled that time with international leagues and winter ball and stuff like that, which is fine. We could launch a football league or a hockey league if need be. I'd have to check out 6 to see if it could do the trick, and then of course everyone's got to get franchise hockey manager 6 for that to work, which I don't know if that's going to work. Anyway, all right, Stats Plus is running. I'm going to run the first day. It is on sale, yeah, $20. OOTP is pretty good about their sales. I'm hoping they have an OOTP 21 sale around the end of June, early July, like they usually do. Even though there's no baseball season, they usually have one right around the All-Star break. So hopefully that's the case. All right, so for the ML matchup, really the only game I can do is Nevada at Washington. So we'll do that one. And then we will do, I think I did Toronto in the last, I'll do Milwaukee at Boston. How's that sound? Milwaukee Hops, Boston Brawlers in Boston. We'll get another look at the Boston Stadium, which isn't really the Boston Stadium that it was supposed to be, but I did spend 3 days making it, so we'll watch it again. But it is not Constitution Stadium. It's the old 3D graphics for, but funny enough, the stadium stats, like the percentages, are the current Constitution Stadium stats. It's the only thing that isn't correct is the 3D graphics. So you get a look at the old, the Brawl Pit was the name of the old stadium. Which, because of the building in left field, the high, it's like a 50-foot wall in left field. I think Dylan wanted to use it as his stadium for the Ohio Oxen. So I got to see if I can make the measurements work, or if I can edit that stadium into 3D in SketchUp and make it more mirror his dimensions. Anyway, let's get game 1 out of the way. So this should start, this should get us close to 7. You'll see some updates running in the background. We'll do this, the first day should take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not even 10 minutes. Once I pause it and slow it down a little bit. I think the best factor to put it at is like 10 or 20. The updates will scroll into Slack, but also there's a page you can go to see the updates. There's a HTML page. I'll put the link in Slack again because I don't think we've done it. We've put the link up in a while. There it is. So it's in the Bull League chat channel, and it's a big long URL, but it's the last one in there. I just typed it. Oh, I see why you had to break that trade into 2 now that I'm looking at it again. All right. Uh, 10 might be a little slow, although I see Nevada is up 4-0 on Washington already in the first. Jim Leahy just hit a grand slam. Hit the grand salami. Garth Goyle with a solo homer in the Arizona-Miami game. Milwaukee's on the scoreboard. Bill Heimberg singled, and Demarest came in to score. Arizona's got 3 more. Looks like an Eisen Nishida double with 3 people scoring on that one. New York's up 2-0 on Ohio. They've got a 2-run homer in the first. A lot of scoring in the first innings here. How about that Leahy with a slammer? Milwaukee with another run. They're not even out of the first yet either. Yeah, I might pick it up. It's $20, whatever. If I don't like it, it's just $20. As a lifelong Leaf fan, I need to get my hockey fix. And it ain't going to be from the Leafs, I'll tell you that. Go Vegas. Vegas had a great first year. What a storybook playoff run. Boston's tied it up. Looks like the runners advanced on a pass ball. Zhongming Gang scores. Oh wow, really? 17.99 US for both? I've already got 21. Actually, I'm hoping to convince the OOTP gods to give me a few game codes to give away. Oh, Chicago's on the scoreboard. Look at that. There you go, Scott. Tealzo Kondo walks Guppy in. John Rambo singles. Two came in on that one. Grove singles. Another run scores. You're up 4-0 already. 4-2 is the score for Arizona over Miami. Julio Rangel ejected for arguing a strike call in the St. Pete's Seattle game. As I read the scoring updates to you that you can plainly see off the bottom, but anyway. Oh. Just checking the Discord to see if there's any important messages I missed. Oh, Jason is now in our Discord. Excellent. Need to get some more guys in there. And I'm just going to post that we're broadcasting right now. So in the OOTP channels. 4-2 for Boston. 6-3 for Nevada. At least Washington's on the board now. Washington has a 3-run shot to erase that shutout. Good for them. Uh, 3-0 now for New York over Ohio. I see what they're doing. Yeah. Wang sucks. Well, looks like I've lost a guy with an injury, Roberto Castro, and I've been trying to move him too. He was on the trade block. Hopefully, he's got a season-ending injury. That would be nice. He's kind of a guy I got no use for, and he's upset because he wasn't a starter. Well, I finally put him in as a starter. Looks he gets friggin' injured. Fucking guy. What use is that? All right, another sip of my Viking beer. Toji Yamada with a solo shot. The speeder's up 7-3. And a 2-run shot for Peyton Bint for Chicago. 6-0 in the third. If you find this is going too slow, we can speed it up and get to the next day, but it's only 10:30 and we've got 2 games to broadcast, so I don't mind doing real-time sim for the first game. Jim Leahy's still the top performer of the day so far. Yeah, a bunch of home runs today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 home runs in this first day we're simming so far. And most of the games are only in the third inning. One of the good things about doing the real-time sim this way is if you check out your highlights channel in Slack, you get more detailed game results as the sim progresses. You'll get inning by inning usually, or close to it. And then you'll see all the injuries and ejections. Oh, beer me. All right, here we go. Thanks, Brandon. Not that I need an excuse to drink a beer, but every time you spend those spitters, I'll take a swig. Facts, by the way, I believe it's no, I thought this was a 5.2% one. I had a beer that I got today. It's 5.2%. It's not that one. I brought something else out. Here we are. So they keep banning all my antacid medication. I'm down to Pepsid, which I don't think is very effective, but it doesn't cause cancer like the other ones. And I'll chase it with my Fax premium lager. 12-3 for the Speeders. It's a bloodbath in Washington. Still no score in the Minneapolis-Toronto game. Nexium. Which is the ones they banned? There was a brand that I used to always have. What the hell was it now? Anyway, and then I was taking another one, and that one got banned too. Ben, you're in California, right? I think everything has to carry a label on it warning that it causes cancer, because literally everything causes cancer. I'm surprised they don't put a big sign up in the sky saying the sun will cause cancer. Zantac, that's the one. Zantac was the one I used to use, but they recalled it all. So there was another one that had the same medication, ranitidine. And I think Nexium's also on the list. So there you go. There you go, Ben. Your Nexium's no good. And there's lawsuits even. Yeah, California causes cancer. That is true. California causes cancer. All right. Not that I can say from experience. I haven't been there. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. People wouldn't go outside. If you put a big warning label next to the sun, people wouldn't. But you know what? People still ignore warning labels and do stupid things. So, and once you put, make it known that everything causes cancer, then there's no point. So you just might as well just do everything, because if everything causes cancer, who cares? You're gonna get it anyway, so you might as well do it. 13-3 is the score in Washington. The Speeders demolishing the Freedom. St. Pete's behind by a run against Seattle. Who you got pitching today, Ben? Or Brandon? Slade is pitching for Seattle. Is it Wang? Oh. That's why you keep typing I hate Wang. Seattle's got a fluky lineup too, and then They'll get a bunch of runs. They'll have a bunch of good games, and then they'll have a bunch of sucky games. Boston's up 5-4 on Milwaukee. Looks like my pitcher, Jose Castaneda, is giving Ricky Rodriguez a run for his money. It seems to be a bit of a pitcher's duel in Toronto. I don't know if Jason from Minnesota is here. Minneapolis is here, but I think I got Castaneda from him. Or did I get Castaneda from you, Scott? I can't remember. No. Oh, he's with Milwaukee. Crap. Yeah, it looks like Beck has been pitching the whole game, six and a third innings. No, it wasn't the Ravens, eh? Yeah, Castaneda. I thought I got him in a trade. I'm just gonna check for a sec. No, I signed him as a free agent. I know he didn't do real well for Ohio. There's his Ohio numbers. They're 2-4, the 5.76 ERA. But he was a fairly decent middle rotation guy for Milwaukee, and when he came up on the free agent market, I grabbed him because, of course, I had Knuckles, Malone, Keely Sewell's doing better now. Keely Sewell's my ace, and a couple other pitchers bubbling up the pipeline. So I expect that Castaneda will probably still be filling a spot on my rotation until I get a full rotation of young rookies, but that's the way it goes. I need to go back. Oh. Yeah, 7 runs, 7 hits is not good. I will admit that. But you have Pratt up, and he's 2 for 2 today. Had that great salami the other night. Oh, Toronto's on the scoreboard. I just noticed that. 1-0. And they've got Abruzzo in. Now, Abruzzo's a bit of a problem, and I got him from you, Brandon. I took him off your hands, didn't I? Go Nomads. What a pitcher's duel, though. That's great. Yeah, Abruzzo has not been kind to me. When his name pops up again, I'll do the hover thing and get his stats there. Ricky Rodriguez is pitching a pretty good game, though. Despite the 1 run, he's only allowed 1 walk. Struck out 4. 7 hits is a bit of a problem, but Anakin makes a good point. But Brandon's team is the one with 3 runs right now, Anakin. Troy's Arizona Cowboys are up 8-2 on Miami. I wish Miami still had a GM. 8-0 for Chicago over Montreal. That's sort of sweet justice for the Montreal Metros with when they had Danny DeRoche. I'm not surprised to see Montreal still sucking, but yeah. Anyway, enough about Danny. Where do we go? Oh. 14-3 for Nevada over Washington. Wow, run scoring machine or what? New York still up on Ohio 5-2. No scoring yet in the Calgary-California match. And Boston still with the 1-run lead over Milwaukee. Oh, Montreal's on the scoreboard against you there, Scott. Joel Nolan, a name I don't recognize, hits a 2-run shot. So there goes your shutout. All right. Should be nearing some complete games now, nearing the end here. Washington with another run. Now they're only behind 14-4. They just have 10 runs to make up in 2 innings. If any team could do it, it would not be them. Although I think they had a big scoring game earlier. John Rambo, 4 hits today. Wow, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. The Ravens, 6 runs all of a sudden. That's what happens when you put a Abruzzo in. So Castaneda still pitched an awesome game. He's still on the top performers list. 6 and 2/3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. That's really what puts him up there, and of course the no runs. But then you throw in Abruzzo, and I think I'm going to be waiving him. Brett Abruzzo. Be careful though. Toronto can put some runs out. You can string together some home runs. But I think I'm trying to remember who your closer is. Is it Gilchrist? It is Gilchrist, isn't it? The guy pitching right now. That's my pitcher. Wait, we'll see who your pitcher is in a sec. Bill Mahoney still on base. Ricky's going for the complete game. Ricky Rodriguez still in. He is a good pitcher. He could do it. No need for a closer. There's no save situation. If we start getting runs, I guess they'll pull Rodriguez. But for now, they'll let him go for the complete game. Seattle's up 8-4 on STP. After a Bill Covey solo shot, that's 4 home runs that the Admirals have given up. Oh, I got a leadoff runner aboard. This is starting to get exciting now. We got a final in the Ohio-New York game. Manis Van Holtzen, 4 hits in his game for Arizona. Oh, runners in second and third with 1 out for Toronto. Oh, I got a run in. Gary Halfpenny singles. Smith scores. Runners in the corners with 1 out. Tying run on deck. And all done. So nothing doing. Good stuff. Congrats there, Jace. 10-2 for Chicago over Montreal in the 9th. Final for Boston over Milwaukee, 5-4. We lose a follower? We lost a follower. Damn it. Down to 50 now. How'd that happen? Do. 9-2 for Arizona over Miami. They're in the bottom of the 8th. The slaughter is still going on in Washington, but it's 14-7. Look at Washington. They've scored a couple of runs there. Now they only have 7 more to make up. But 2 runners on, top of the 9th for Nevada. No outs. Kavanaugh grounds out. I hear you, Brandon. That's basically what I did this year, except that I was a little bit better positioned. I had some talent that was already starting to percolate into the top level. I have a few more at AAA and I think a couple at AA that are going to be due to come up maybe this year. I don't know what the state of your minor league system is, but oh, California's on the board against Calgary, 1-0 in the sixth. Hiroki Omiya, and then another single by Ryan Skog to get Payan across the board, Angel Payan. 2-0. Now it's 4-0 for California. Forbes pedal singles, scoring 2 more. So the titles are on the board there, Ben. The 2-run shutout in the top of the sixth. Looks like those are the last 2 games going. So California, Calgary, and Washington, Nevada. Bottom of the ninth for Washington. I expect those to be done in a moment. There's a final in Chicago against Montreal. 10-4 was your final, Scott. And yeah, we got a final in Washington, 16-7. That's a football score. And we're just waiting on Ben's game now. Oh, Wired 71's live tonight. Doing CSBA. We might go raid him afterwards. Since I am technically sort of in that college sim basketball league. But I got 2 games to play by play still, so we're not there yet. I was watching a Kansas City Royal player play MLB The Show, and he wasn't part of that whole MLB thing that they're doing. He's just like he actually wasn't even playing MLB The Show the whole time. He was playing Call of Duty. It's like I'm a part-time pro ball player and going to be a full-time video game streamer. So I thought, oh, that's cool. What else are you going to do if you're not playing baseball, really, right? 5-0 for the titles now after Peyton May singles. TOR is home. Gotta do something. I'm trying to remember his name now. He's I followed him. He's somewhere on my follows list. I'll get it later. All right. Sorry, Ben. I'm just gonna finish the sim. We'll watch we'll see the end result come up. Alrighty, so there's your finals for day 1 of the sim. Chicago 10-4 over Montreal. The Dragons downing the Oxen 6-3. Dylan, I don't know if you're in watching. The Ravens take down my Nomads 6-2. 5-4, the Boston Brawlers edge the Hops. 16-7, the Speeders dismantle the Freedom. Cowboys win over the Storm 9-2. Salts take the Admirals, doubling up on them 8-4, and 5-2 is the final. I guess bottom of the ninth, Calgary got a couple runs, taking away the shutout. But Dusty Hurts, another former St. Pete's pitcher, just earlier this season, ends up 5-0 in the season. Look at that, 2 of those wins with St. Pete's. Brandon's probably kicking himself right now, but Brandon, I think you. Brett Phillips. I think it was Brett Phillips, actually. Yeah. I don't know who you gave up, who you got in return for Dusty Hurts, but anyway, Dusty's having a pretty good year. And other than that, 5.71 ERA, but we've already kind of discussed that the ERA. I mean, a 5.70 ERA is not bad in the Metro League, even in the Lake League. sometimes. All right, I think I have to fix a DFA because Troy designated somebody for assignment, and they will be, oh no, that was Jeff Leslie Park. So let's see if we can throw him onto AAA. Good. All right, he's done. Finished today. Eddie Patnaud's a good player, I think. All right, we're on Saturday, June 4th, and we will do a game broadcast now, a play-by-play broadcast. And it's going to be a Metro League matchup, and the only one I think I can do is Nevada-Washington. All the other teams are playing AI teams, so I'll do Nevada-Washington. We'll see if the Speeders can get win number 42, and Freedom looking to get an upset here over the steamroller that is the Nevada Speeders. The Speeders are going to slot in Aaron Johnson, shortstop, and lefty batter against the pitcher, right-handed pitcher, Nathan Gossett. Johnson only batting 136 on the season. Hasn't hit yet against Gossett this season or ever, I guess. He looks like he's a fairly new call-up, 22 at-bats so far. So we'll see how he does. Nate Kavanaugh batting second, TK Yang batting third, Yang Yin in the number 4 slot, Georges Henry batting fifth. Yang Yin and Henry each with 17, 17, and 18 home runs, so all above 50 RBIs. A lot of run production right there. Juan 2-3 batting 6, Jim Leahy in the 7 slot DHing. Who's this guy? Isaiah Coleman, the right fielder, playing left field, batting 8th, and Jim Griffiths, the catcher, batting 9th. Allison Stoke, the only female player in the league, because I put the 3D model of the real Allison Stoke onto the player. The only real name player other than Chris Pratt, at least the intentionally real named player. She's 1-0 in the season. I thought she'd end up as a reliever, but I guess she's a starter. She's got 3 pitches, so I guess she can be a starter. Sidearm, finesse pitcher. Anyway, she's on the bump for the Speeders. Hasn't got a decision yet against the Freedom. Keith Barton in my, what's the FIL? And for the Freedom, Jeff Braben, and I don't know if father-in-law, okay. I don't know who Keith Barton is, but he's your father-in-law, eh? Huh. I don't know if Jeff's watching. He was here like all heavy for a little while, and then stops in every now and then. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he play baseball, I guess? Anyway, the Freedom, Danny Buccio leading it off. He's done quite well against Allison Stoke, but just 4 at-bats. Javier Aquino batting. He played in high school. Batting second, the second baseman, Javier Aquino. Glenn Reese, the DH. Jason Grasso batting 4th. Avi Benitez, the first baseman, batting 5th. Oliver Lovelace, the shortstop, batting 6th. Blake Walker, the catcher, in the number 7 slot. Roy Keynes, the left fielder, batting 8th. And it looks like Andy Gibbons, the third baseman, batting last. Only 3 of these hitters have spent any time at all against Allison Stoke. Nate Grossett on the mound for the Washington Freedom. 0-5 on the season with a 14.19 ERA. Allows almost 3 walks and hits per inning. That's a lot of runners. Only a 1.8 K per 9. The 31-year-old righty from Jamaica has had a dreadful first season in the Bull League. This will be interesting. We are in Liberty Field in front of 33,039 fans. And we are under clear skies with 75 degrees, wind blowing in from left at 8 miles an hour here in early June in Washington, D.C. And there's the crowd sound. We are in the stadium. Envision it. The smell of the fresh cut grass. The hot dogs and pretzels, fresh cooked pretzels wafting through the air. All right. Aaron Johnson leading it off for the Speeders. Nathan Grossett on the bump for Washington. Here we go. Sit back, crack open your beer, enjoy the game. And Kavanaugh up to the plate as Johnson takes a walk. Based on balls number 40 for Nate Kavanaugh. Oh, we've got 2 walks. Oh, yeah. We missed a hit. I didn't see the hit happen. So we got a walk to Kavanaugh, and I guess Aaron Johnson singled. TK Yang, something's going wonky with the game here. TK Yang looks at his strike 3 called. He goes down. He's out number 1. Yang Yin at the plate. 0-1 count to Yin. Grossett winds up, delivers, swing, and it's deep to center. Getting there just at the track is Danny Buccio, who makes the catch. Out number 2. Runners in the corners as Johnson moves to third. George Henry at the plate. And he taps one to right field. That'll bring in the runner from third, Johnson, scoring. Kavanaugh goes to third. He's safe on the throw. Henry safe at first with a single. An RBI single for George Henry. 1-2-3 the next batter. Hits one hard to center. It's up in the air. Lots of room. Buccio finds it, and that is the end of the inning. Go to the bottom of the first now. Sorry, I'm just resizing the screen there. It should pop up. There it is. Allison Stoke on the bump for the Speeders. Danny Buccio up to the plate. 1-2 count to Danny. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Stoke gets K number 13 on the season. Number 1 of the game. Javier Aquino up to the plate now. 1-0's the score for New York over Ohio so far. They're in the first. And Aquino goes oppo deep to right. It's carrying. It's back to the track, but no, getting there in time is Yin to make the catch. A deep fly ball, but caught. Glenn Reese, the next batter. There's the 2-2 pitch from Allison. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, I know Allison's a pole vaulter, but I had the feeling that if she was an athletic type, she'd be a pretty decent sidearm pitcher. That's the impression I got. Here's Jim Leahy. And if you're wondering where the graphic comes from, it does actually come from the Trailer Park Boys character. The actor, I found a picture of him, pasted it onto his face. There it is. Nathan Grossett pitching to Jim Leahy now with an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he goes down on 3 straight strikes. Isaiah Coleman, the batter now. 3-0 pitch to him. Swung on, hard hit to center. Falling. Caught by Danny Buccio, out number 2. 4-0's the score for the Ravens over Toronto. So far, it's 1-0 for Chicago. St. Pete's, no score in that game yet. Here's Jim Griffiths He draws a walk out of Nathan Grosset. We have a runner aboard for Nevada again. Aaron Johnson up to the plate. 3-0 count. He draws a walk. So 2 runners aboard for the Speeders with 2 out. Grosset, 38 pitches into his game. He's given up 3 walks and 2 hits after 1 2/3 innings. Nate Kavanaugh up to the plate now. I have a feeling we're just waiting for the Speeders to open up the scoring here. Kavanaugh retired at first as the Speeders strand 2. Score remains 1-0. And we'll go to the Washington half of the second. Two-0 for the Pitbulls over Montreal. Jason Grasso with a deep shot, a leadoff home run to open up the scoring for the Washington Freedom here in the bottom of the second. Leadoff homer against Allison Stoke. 415 feet on the tail of the tape. We have a tie ball game. Avi Benitez next up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as Stoke racks up strikeout number 3 on the game. And that'll bring up Oliver Lovelace, the shortstop. Swung on, line drive to right, but getting there is Yin, who makes the catch on the run. And that is out number 2. Blake Walker up to the plate. And he takes that one to right. But Yin is there, makes the grab, so the side is retired. We go to the top of the third. TK Yang leading it off for the Speeders. Inside pitch, ball 4. Yang at first for Yang Yin, who lines one to right, bounces in front of Yang Yin, the right fielder Grasso, and that's a single. Yang moves to second. Yang Yin at first. George Henry, the batter, with no out. Grosset winds, and this one is sent packing. It's over the fence. 3-run shot for the Speeders will make it 4-1. Still no outs as Grosset gives up a big home run. Nobody's spending those spitters. I guess you don't need to spend spitters when I drink the beer for free. Nathan Grosset still on the mound. Now 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and just 2 strikeouts. An astronomical 14.54 ERA now. 1-2-3 up to the plate with a full count. Inside pitch, but he takes this one to left. He gets a piece of it. It falls into the glove of Canes for the first out of inning number 3. Jim Leahy back up again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He takes it on the ground is short. It's in the pocket. The throw to first is on the money. 6-3 put out. Isaiah Thomas was a good basketball player. Isaiah Coleman up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And he slams one into the gap and left. This is going to go for extras as it goes back to the wall. Chasing it is Buccio. A stand-up double for Coleman with 2 away, and that'll bring up Jim Griffiths. The 1-0 count to Griffiths, and he takes this one right into the glove of a waiting Gibbons at third base, but the Speeders get 3 runs on 3 hits. 4-1 is the score as we go to the bottom of the third. 2-1's the score in Miami as Arizona's taken the lead there. The Brawlers the 4-2 lead over Milwaukee. 5-0's the score for Minneapolis over Toronto. Allison Stokes serves up a first pitch to Roy Canes, who promptly lines out to Yang at third base. Andy Gibbons next up. And he Puts this one on the ground to left, just outside of the reach of Yang. Safe at first. Base hit. Danny Buccio, as we go back to the Freedom top of the order. He's going to try and get something going here now. Make up some of that run deficit. And he launches one to right. It's back to the fence. It bounces just on the track in the gap. A double. And Gibbons wisely holds up at third. Buccio at second. Javier Aquino, the next batter up. Washington looking to tie here. And he slams one to left. That's going to score one run. Here comes Buccio. No, he doesn't come. Just Gibbons scoring from third. Buccio moves to third from second. Aquino with an RBI single to left. As Washington makes it 4-2 now. Glenn Reese, the batter. 14 home runs in the season. He's going for number 15, folks. It's over the fence. 3-run shot for the Freedom as they take a surprising lead on Nevada. A huge swing of the bat. And Allison Stoke is getting her bell rung here. Jason Grasso at the plate. Freedom with a lead over Nevada. Especially after the first game of the series, I'm surprised to see this. Jason Grasso with a fly out to right to become out number 2. Avi Benitez, who's 0 for 1 today, up to the plate. Full count pitch from Stoke. Inside, ball 4. Benitez gets a free pass. St. Pete's up 4-0 over Seattle. Wang's on the mound for the Admirals. It's the top of the 4th, and I'm not going to mention what else is going on in that game. I don't want to jinx it. Oliver Lovelace, the lefty batter, up to the plate. Benitez in first with 2 out. Stoke kicks and delivers. Beans Lovelace gives him a free pass the hard way. Blake Walker up to the plate as the infield is shifted right with 2 outs. And this one gets away from the catcher, Griffiths. It will scores a wild pitch to Allison Stoke, who is not having a very good outing here. Blake Walker, 2-2. The runners at second and third. Ground ball to second. The throw to first is on the spot. That'll end it. So the Speeders the Washington Freedom strand 2. But they get a lead, a huge lead in this inning. And now it's the Speeders who are behind by 1 run. Top of the 4th, Nevada up to the plate and back to the top of the order. Aaron Johnson, 1 for 1 today, improving that 174 average. And he hits a liner that is a great grab by the third baseman, but looks like it was off the ground. No throw from Gibbons. So Johnson with an infield hit. Nate Kavanaugh up to the plate. Swing and a fly ball to left for the out. Johnson holds up at first. TK Yang up to the plate now. And yes, indeed, that no-hitter is now erased. St. Pete still with the lead, 4-1. Full count pitch to to Yang. Swung on, and it's a grounder to end the inning. And it's still 5-4 for the Washington Freedom. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Washington's going to get another turn at the plate as they held Nevada scoreless in that inning. Allison Stoke pitching to Roy Caines on the ground to second. The throw from Kavanaugh to 2-3 is on the spot. Andy Gibbons, the next batter, with 1 away. Here's the pitch, the 0-1 pitch. Launched to right. Back over the wall. And that is a solo shot to the opposite field for Andy Gibbons. He's 2 for 2 today, having a fantastic game. And Allison Stoke is going to say sayonara and bring in Anadari Tinka. As the Washington Freedom improve their lead to 6-4. Danny Buccio at the plate draws a walk out of Tinka for his first batter faced. Javier Aquino, the next batter, with one away. Here goes Buccio to second. The throw is not in time. Gets away from the shortstop or second baseman covering, and he picks up an extra base on that. Terrible throw by Griffiths. A throwing error, 4th of the year. And Nevada is making this a shambolic game to the last place Washington Freedom. Javier Aquino, the 2-2 count now. A runner at third with one out. Swing and a miss on that one. Misses the cut fastball at 94 miles an hour. Glenn Reese up to the plate with 2 out. Buccio at third. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Tinka. Ground ball back to the mound. Tinka grabs it, makes the throw. It looks like it's off the bag there, and it's a hit for Glenn Reese. As the run scores from third. So 7-4 is the score here for the Freedom. Jeff, I hope you're watching this, or at least watching the replay. Your team's doing amazing against the Speeders. Jason Grasso up to the plate. 2 away. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch. Gets him. Tinka strikes out his second batter of the game, but gives up another run. 7-4 as we go to the top of the 5th. Yang Yin, the next batter for the Speeders. Nathan Grossett still on the mound for Washington. 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, just the 2 strikeouts. And he picks up strikeout number 3 as he fans Yin. Georges Henry at the plate. Fly ball to left. High fly ball. 7-3 is the score for the Pitbulls over Montreal there in the top of the 5th. 3-1 for Ohio in New York. Juan 2-3 the batter. 4-4 is the score in St. Pete's. Top of the inning there. Seattle visitors. It looks like they had two runners on as well. Juan 2-3 at the plate with 2 away. 1-0 pitch from Grossett. On the ground to short. The relay from Loveless is on the spot. And it's still 7-4 for the Washington Freedom. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Javi Benitez to lead it off here for the Freedom. He'll be followed up by Loveless and Blake Walker. 2-0 pitch on the ground down the first baseline. Taking it there himself is Juan 2-3 unassisted. Oliver Loveless, the batter. The 1-2 pitch. Hit hard, but it's on the ground again to second. And the throw from Nate Kavanaugh is in time. Blake Walker now with 2 away. The wind up, the pitch outside, ball 4 on that full count pitch. Tinka's given up his second walk of the game. Walker not a threat to steal. It's not a steal situation anyway. Roy Kane's at the plate. Draws a walk and 2 runners aboard for the Freedom. Andy Gibbons, the batter. 6-5 the score in St. Pete's as Seattle takes a lead. That will be our next game broadcast. No, it won't be our next game broadcast. I do want to do another St. Pete's game soon, though. And a ground out to end the inning. We go to the 6th. (3-1) for Ohio, still over New York. Jim Leahy up to the plate, the DH for Nevada. 1-2 pitch, and he hits one hard to left, but it doesn't look like it's got the distance. Plenty of room for Canes to grab it. Isaiah Coleman now up. 9-0 for the Ravens over Toronto. They are demolishing the Nomads. Coleman flies out to left. And it's Jim Griffith's turn as we reach the bottom of the Speeders order. 3-1 count here. Ground ball just makes it out of reach from Oliver Lovelace into left field. Base hit. Hit number 7, I think, against Grosset. Yep. Aaron Johnson now the batter. Full count to Aaron. On the ground to first base. Getting there to covers Grosset at the bag. And that's out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th now. Danny Buccio leading it off for the Freedom as we hit the top of the Freedom order again. Draws his walk, 4th walk of the game for Anadari Tinka, the right-hander. And that's going to do it for him. Travis Wilson's going to come in to pitch now for the Speeders. And it looks like this is his first game. He's got no innings pitched on the season, so debut for Travis. Aikino knocks one back to the mound. Travis throws the first and gets his first putout of the game. Of his major league career and of the game. Glenn Reese, the batter. Homered earlier today. He's got a runner at second with 1 out. On the ground to second base. Kavanaugh with the relay. And now we'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Freedom up to the plate. Nope, sorry. That was only 2 outs. Jason Grasso up to the plate. Buccio at third. The 1-1 pitch from Wilson. On the ground again to Kavanaugh at second. The throw to Juan 2-3 will end it. And thanks once again for joining us for our 2022 season sims in the Bull League. June 6th, June 5th on the schedule. Nate Kavanaugh to lead it off for the Speeders. Hit hard to Oppo. It's carrying over the fence just barely. A home run for the Speeders as they slice into that lead now, cutting it to just 2 runs. That's going to do it for the Freedom pitcher. Alvin White's going to come in to pitch now against TK Yang. 17 home runs on the season. We hit the meaty part of the Speeders order. They've been very quiet today's game. Yang 0 for 2 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Yang. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's his 40th strikeout of the season. Yang Yin up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Also 17 home runs on the season. An 11.01 OPS. The 1-1 pitch, and he takes one deep to left. Ranging over for it is the left fielder, Canes, who makes the grab. Looks like there might have been a little bit of a wind keeping that one in. 2 away for Georges Henry. The 1-2 pitch from Alvin White. Called strike 3. Drops the ball, has to throw to first to get the out, and he gets him by a mile. So you don't see a lot of dropped third strike 3s here at this level of play, but there you go. And it's stretch time in Washington. Freedom still with the lead, 7-5. That's the only way you can get to first on a strikeout. Dropped third strike, and he didn't make it, but good for him for trying. St. Pete's with the lead now, 13 hits to Seattle's 7. And, of course, a 7-6 lead as they go to the 7th inning. Earl McPherson was the last batter. Or, sorry, will be the leadoff batter, I should say. Some interesting scores. Milwaukee 9-4 over Boston there in the 8th. No scoring in Calgary yet as California has a hit, but nothing else. Toronto on the scoreboard against Minneapolis. Chicago with a 9-5 lead over Montreal. And Ohio with a commanding lead over New York. All right, let's get this game underway. Javi Benitez on the left-hand side of the plate up against Travis Wilson. Full count pitch. Draws a walk. First walk given up of his career for Travis Wilson. And that'll bring up Oliver Lovelace with Benitez at first, a threat to steal. We'll see if they send him. It's a bunt back to the mound. The throw to first gets Lovelace. Out by half a step at his sack hit number 4 for Oliver. And Benitez at second. This is a curious strategy. I don't always necessarily agree with this sack bunt strategy to get a guy to second. If it gets a guy to third, I could see it. But a guy, runner at second with 1 out, you pretty much need another out to get him to third, unless you get a hit. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Bunt's just a wasted out. Fly out to right for Blake Walker. Roy Kane's next up. And Benitez still at second, now with 2 outs. And it's launched to center, caught, and that'll end the inning. So we go to the 8th. Still 7-5 for the Freedom. Nevada looking to make up 2 runs with an offense that could do it, but they are past their run production part of the lineup, although Jim Leahy's got 12 home runs. 2-3's got 8 on the season. 2-3 with a ground out to short. And the crowd here is going wild as the Speeders are running out of outs to work with. And the hometown Washington Freedom, who have been having a rough go this year, are still ahead 2 runs to over the Speeders. Leahy with a strike 3. Swung on. Isaiah Coleman now with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Alvin White. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the knees. A 99-mile-an-hour sinker. And Nevada goes down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Freedom still holding a 2-run lead. Andy Gibbons leading it off for Washington. Travis Wilson still on the bump for Nevada. It's a soft ground ball back to Wilson at the mound. Makes the throw to 2-3 to make the out. Danny Buccio next up. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Diving catch by Lovelace, but no throw to first as Buccio gets an infield hit. And a tremendous amount of speed as well. The Speeders could be looking, Washington could be looking for some insurance here. Ohio with a 9-4 lead over New York. 2-2 pitch from Wilson. Aquino takes it to right. Flies out to Yang Yin for out number 2. Buccio still anchored to first. Glenn Reese, the batter now, from the left-hand side. There goes the runner. No throw to second as Griffiths drops the ball. That is brutal catching from Jim Griffiths, who threw a ball away earlier on a steal attempt that ended up giving the runner, I think that was Aquino, 2 bases. And now Buccio picks up a stolen base with no throw as Griffiths loses the ball. Glenn Reese, the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, that'll end it. So the stolen base ends up doing no damage. We go to the 9th. The Speeders will need to make up 2 runs here. Chris Charette on the mound for the Freedom. As there's a cat attacking my calf. Jim Griffiths leading it off here. Fly ball to right. Ranging over to grab it is Grasso, who makes the catch. Aaron Johnson now up to the plate. The 1-0 pitch on the ground to second. The relay, Aquino to Benitez, is on target, and we are 1 out away from a Freedom upset over the Nevada Speeders. Nate Kavanaugh up to the plate, had a solo home run earlier in the game. Let's see what he does here. Chris Charette serves him up a first pitch ground ball to second. That's the ball game. Washington hangs on to win 7-5 over the Nevada Speeders. Quite an upset, considering Nevada had an early lead, a 4-1 lead until the bottom of the third. A huge inning for the Freedom. As I quickly realize I'm running out of battery power here. Let me just plug in before we lose everything. There we go. And that's much better. All right. So the line score, Speeders falling to 41-14 on the season. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 critical errors there. Washington Freedom improving to 18-37 on the season. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher today was Nate Grossett. First win of the season, improves to 1-5. Chris Charette getting his 5th save. Allison Stoke, her first loss of the season, gave up 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and only 3 strikeouts. 3 home runs against Stoke. So all of the Washington home runs came against her. George Henry was the player of the game, and nothing else of note. Just a 3-hour, 21-minute simulated game. All right, let's see how the rest of the league did today. Chicago with a 9-5 victory over Montreal. Ohio 9-6 over the Dragons. 10-3 was the score. Ravens over Nomads. The Hops demolishing the Brawlers 12-4. And it looks like the Arizona Cowboys with a 10-5 victory over Miami. A whole bunch of home runs in that one. Manus von Holtzen with 2 home runs. And whoops, didn't mean to do the game log. You guys can do that in your own time. And St. Pete's demolished by the Salts, who come back with 5 runs in the 8th, another 5 in the 9th. An absolute blowout at the end of the last 2 innings. 16-9 was the final there. Salazar with loss number 2 on the season. Rodriguez gets his first win. Eddie Rodriguez, a reliever, tragically hit with his 14th save. What a game that was. 7-1 was the final for Calgary over the Titles. And wow. We move to Sunday, June 5th on the schedule. And we do have the first year player draft today. I will play the game out first, and then we'll add the draft list in. And the game I'd selected was going to be Milwaukee at Boston. So here we go, Milwaukee at Boston, and I kind of want to do the Ravens just to see Malone pitch against his old team, my team. Actually, you know what? That would be a good match. All right, vote 1 for the Ravens Nomads, vote 2 for the Hops Brawlers. Let's see. Because honestly, I've got my rookie pitcher here, Nishino, who had a great first game, and I kind of want to see how his second game goes. But the Hops and the Brawlers, they've been back and forth, and that could be a high-scoring affair. So let me know. 2 votes for the Hops Brawlers, just 1 for the Ravens Nomads. I know there's 9 people watching, only 3 votes. Come on, folks. Let's see some votes. Ravens Nomads or Hops Brawlers? 1 for Ravens Nomads, 2 for the Hops Brawlers. Seven-game losing streak. Well, it could happen. What are they on right now, Brandon? Loss number 5. The Ravens with a 15-game winning streak. Oh my God. That kind of, yeah. I think we got to do that game. I know I just did a Toronto broadcast. I think did I do that in the last? Yeah, it was. It was May 5th. So the May 28th on the schedule. Milwaukee and Toronto. Boston was in the last sim. the last Twitch stream. So you know what? We'll do the Ravens Nomads. That's a 15-game winning streak for the Ravens that we need to see erased. And Nishino could be the guy to do it. He's 1-0 in the season, but Knuckles Malone 6-0, the former Toronto Nomad. That'll be a good game to do. So, and then the votes won anyway. It looks like we got 3 votes for that game. All right, here we go. So for Jason's Minneapolis Ravens, we've got Brandon Seymour leading it off. Xavier DeSoto batting second. Evandro Sorigo, 12 home runs in the season, 330 average. I like how they've got 5 players who are batting 300 or more. Anyway, Sorigo batting third. Chris Son, the left fielder, batting fourth. Jose Canas, the first baseman, batting fifth. Is that Ken Peterson, the DH? Yeah, Kenny Peterson DHing out of the 6th slot. Viriato Quintal, the shortstop, batting 7th. Also another 300-plus hitter. And Mitch Murchison, the second baseman, batting 8th. John Barr, the catcher, batting 9th. Knuckles Malone, former Toronto Nomad, 6-0 in the season. He had 3 wins with Toronto, now 3 with Minneapolis. His ERA with Minneapolis, just a sliver of an ERA, 1.64 and 24 Ks on the season. So he's having a fantastic season, even better than when he was pitching for Toronto. But Toronto seems to have the better of the lineups. We'll see here, according to the OSA comparison, Walker at the number 1 slot. Nick Yagislav, 12 home runs, 335 average. Mike Ryba batting third. Makanako Amano batting fourth, the DH. Sam Idiels, shortstop, batting fifth, my shortstop of the future. Brian Chambliss, the first baseman, batting sixth. Trey Sarazen just went up on the scout ratings after May. He's now a 4-star potential. It's not showing here, but my head scout has him as a 4-star potential now. Quickly working his way up there. He's batting 7th. Gary Halpenny batting 8th. And who the heck is this guy again? Namshik Kim, the center fielder. I think he's replacing another center fielder. So yeah. And Nishino, who debuted to an 8 2/3 inning gem of a game, just allowed 1 walk. I think it was maybe 3 hits. Let's have a look here. 6 hits allowed. 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, no earned runs. So he had a great shutout debut. Let's see if he can continue that magic here in Toronto, and we'll get another look at the Toronto Stadium. I don't think I've made many improvements to GTAGunsafety.com Stadium, but we'll see. We are in front of 51,874 fans under clear skies, 63 degrees. Wind blowing in from the right at 13 miles an hour. Shouldn't be too many home runs from the left-handed batters. But we'll see. And here we go. Game is underway on draft day. This is officially draft day. This is the day we'll put the draft results into the game. And the Ravens on a 15-game win streak. Toronto, second place in their division, looking to go above 500. They won't do it today, I don't think. I didn't catch the win-loss record. 3-1 pitch, ground out to short as Idiels makes the grab, throws it to Chambliss. Seymour's retired. I think Brandon Seymour's another former Toronto player. Xavier DeSoto next up to the plate. Narayuki Nishino winds up and delivers a strike 3 pitch. Strikeout number 1 of the game, 5 on the season. And with 2 out, Evandro Sorigo is up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fly ball to right. Getting over there in time on a dive is Mike Ryba, who makes the grab. A hard charge across the grass to get there, but he does. Knuckles Malone on the mound for the Ravens. I believe it's his first game against Toronto, his former team. Joseph Walker leading it off, former clubhouse teammate. 1-2 pitch to Joey. Strike three pitch, looked like a fastball, 87 miles an hour. Nick Yagoslav, the next batter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and misses on that outside fastball, or knuckleball rather. 2 away already. Mike Ryba, the next batter. 1-1 pitch now. Gets contact. It's back to the mound. Malone makes the throw to first, and that retires the side in order. Chris Zahn leading it off for the Ravens. Hits it hard back to the mound. Nishino with the throw to first. This may not be a high-scoring affair. I got to warn you guys now. The 3-1 pitch to Jose Canas. And it's taken down the first base line, but charging in again is Ryba, who's there. He's got plenty of time to get there. Out number 2, Nishino up against Kenny Peterson. There's the 0-2 pitch. Winds up, delivers. Swung on, ground ball, makes it past the second baseman, Gary Happenny, into center field. And it's a base hit. First hit of the game against Nishino. With 2 away, Viriato Quintal, the next batter. Shortstop batting .338 on the season. Called strike 3 on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball that hits the outside corner. And that'll do it as the Ravens strand one. We go to the bottom of the second. Fouled off to foul territory. Off the screen, looks like it is caught by Barr. Out of camera view. Sam Ideals, the next batter. That'll be the advantage of 21. You'll be able to see the camera panning for those foul balls. Sam Ideals up against Knuckles Malone, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to second. The relay to Canas is on the money. Brian Chambliss with 2 away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Knuckles Malone does give up earned runs, but he's not known for giving up a lot of home runs. So if the runs come in, it will be the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. The dead ball era way. Mitch Murchison up to the plate against Naruyuki Nishino. Still 0-0 in the top of the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, a chopper up the middle, just out of reach of Gary Happenny again. Base hit for Mitch Murchison. John Barr, the next batter up. Hits it hard to center, it's deep, it's carrying back to the wall, it's off the wall. Kim plays it off the wall into the cutoff and looks like a double for Barr. Murchison goes to third. Nishino with his hit number 3 so far this game, 9 on the season. Brandon Seymour next up, 2-0 pitch. Inside, it's a soft fly ball to center. Kim is there to get it. Will the runner tag up? He decides to stay where he is, as Kim was quick to release it. Get it to Sam Ideals, the cutoff. Nishino up against Xavier DeSoto. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third, the throw to first. Gets him. The run scores from third. Murchison cashing in on that one. John Barr staying put at second. Ravens are up 1-0. Toronto not making it easy for this Ravens team with Nishino on the mound. 2-2 pitch, no swing, called strike 3. And that is strikeout number 3 for Nishino. Knuckles Malone on the mound. Bottom of the third. Toronto looking to equalize. Trey Sayers in the batter. So far, Toronto has not had a base runner against Knuckles. Fly ball to center. And he becomes the first victim. Gary Halfpenny next up. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to first. Malone over to first to cover, but doesn't get there in time, and Halfpenny with an infield hit on a dribbler down the first baseline. First hit of the ballgame for Toronto. Namshik Kim with the runner on. Hard hit to short, but it's a double play ball, and that'll do it. And this inning change brought to you by Fax Premium Lager. 3-1's the score in New York over Ohio. Boston with a 2-0 lead over Milwaukee. 2-0's the lead for Nevada over Washington, trying to make up for that loss yesterday. 3-1 for the Miami Storm over Arizona. And Seattle with a 5-0 lead over the Admirals. Just one hit for the Admirals. They're in the fourth. Chicago 2-0 over Montreal. Chris Zahn leading it off for the Ravens. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Nishino. Takes it through the hole in left and into left field. Base hit to lead it off for the Ravens here in the fourth. Jose Canas next up. 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to second. Could be a double play ball. It is. And that Nomads infield does their job and does it well. Kenny Peterson next up. Nishino kicks and delivers. First pitch to Kenny. On the ground to Ideals at short. The long throw to first is on the spot. And that retires the Ravens in order. Score remains 1-0 for the Ravens as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Joseph Walker leading off for the Nomads as we go back to the top of the order for Toronto. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and off the end of the bat. It drops into right. Walker with a base hit to lead off the fourth for Toronto. Only the second hit given up by Malone today. 2-1 pitch. Swung on by Yagislav on the ground, hard to short. Another double play ball. And Quintal makes no mistake, flipping it to Murchison and Canas. Mike Ryba now with 2 outs, no runners on. This Ravens defense backing up Malone quite remarkably. Ryba, the deep ball to the wall, on the track, almost to the wall rather. And Seymour makes the catch. So Toronto Nomads go down in order again. And again, a double play is involved. Viriato Quintal will lead it off for the Ravens here in the fifth. Still 1-0 for the visiting Ravens. Nishino, 63 pitches in. He's given up 4 hits, no walks, just 1 earned run. 3 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, it's going to the opposite field. Back to deep right, caught by Ryba. Makes the grab. Mitch Murchison next up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Ground ball up the middle. Out of reach of Ideals into center field. Base hit for Mitch. His second of the game. 2 for 2 today. John Barr with a runner at first. 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Nishino. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As he chases out of the strike zone on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Quite the pitching duel here as we're in the 5th inning, and we've only had 7 hits in total, and just 1 run. Brandon Seymour as we go to the top of the Ravens order. 2-2 pitch from Nishino. Swung on, fly ball to left, ranging over is Walker. Catches it on the dive. And that'll do it for the Minneapolis 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th for Toronto now. And the Candyman, Makanakua Mano, up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. As I brush the cat hairs out of my nose. Full count pitch. Pops that one up to first base. second base. Looks like, yeah. Mitch Murchison calls him off. Sam Idiels with one away. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on, and it looks like a liner to right that drops in. Base hit for Sam. Not a lot of speed. Brian Chambliss will probably have to hit him around the bases. Malone gives up only his third hit of the game, and here's his fourth hit given up of the game as Chambliss singles now. Trey Sayers in now, the batter, with 2 runners aboard, just 1 out. No swing on a knuckleball. He stares at it, and that is a 3rd strike for Trey Sayers, and 2 away now for Gary Halfpenny. 1 for 1 today. Batting .287 on the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Malone. Swung on, and that ends it. 2 runners stranded in the 5th for Toronto. Still 1-0 for the Ravens. We go to the top of the 6th. The X-Man, Xavier DeSoto, leading it off for the Ravens. He'll be followed up by Sirigo and Zahn. Nishino pitching a pretty decent second outing of his career. Gives up a ground ball here that's caught by Chambliss on the ground. Takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. Franjo Sirigo now up 2-0 pitch. Swung on, pop fly, and a lazy fly ball for Halfpenny. Makes the grab. Chris Zahn now the batter. 1 for 2 today. Here's the first pitch from Nishino. Swung on, and it's on the ground to short. No throw to first as he gets an infield hit. Looks like Idiels felt he didn't have enough time. Pumped the ball a couple times, didn't make a throw. Here's Jose Canas with 1 on and 2 out. And he flies this one off to left. Walker makes the catch to end it. Ravens stranding 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0 for the visiting Minneapolis Ravens. 5-1's the score for New York over Ohio. They're in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 for Boston and Milwaukee. They're all tied up in the top of the 5th. Speeders still up 2-0 on Washington in the bottom of the 6th. 8-1's the score for Miami over Arizona. They're in the 5th. 5-2 now as the St. Pete's Admirals are on the board, bottom of the 6th there. No scoring yet in Calgary. That game starts in just under 10 minutes. 3-4, looks like Montreal with a lead over Chicago. And that's all the scores. We'll continue with our Toronto game here. Kim with a ground ball to third. A missed play by DeSoto, a rare bobble. And Kim reaches on an error. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. Joseph Walker now the batter. There goes the runner, and Kim is safe at second on the throw from John Barr. First steal of the season for Namshik Kim. Just got called up from AAA a little while ago. Joseph Walker now with the 1-1 count. Runner at second. Swung on. Ground ball to second. Kim goes to third. Walker is retired at first. And with 1 away, Toronto has a runner at third. Nick Yagislav up to the plate, who can swing a bat. He's the team home run leader. But the infield has chosen to come in close and play almost on the infield grass. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Yags. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Knuckleball, 65 miles an hour. How do you hit a 65-mile-an-hour knuckleball? Mike Ryba with 2 away. Kim still waiting patiently at third for an opportunity. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ryba. It's hit. It's deep. It's in the gap to right. And getting over there is Seymour, who makes the grab, preventing a run from scoring and ending the drama here in the 6th. Kenny Peterson will now lead it off for Minneapolis in the top of the 7th. Ravens still holding the 1-0 lead over the hometown Toronto Nomads. 1-1 pitch from Nishino. And this is taken to right. Ryba makes the grab. Yuriado Quintal, the batter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the inside pitch. Quintal chasing out of the zone on the inside. Mitch Murchison, the batter, with 2 out now. He's 2 for 2 today. He's having a fantastic game. The 1-2 pitch to Murchison. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he goes down. The Ravens go down in order. And it is stretch time in Toronto. And we'll continue. Bottom of the 7th now. Speeders with a 4-0 lead over Washington. I saw that Jim Koch was on the mound for the Speeders. 6-2 for Seattle over St. Pete's. They're in the bottom of the 7th. California just started their game against Calgary. 4-3 still the score for Montreal over Chicago. 5-4 for New York over Ohio. 4-3 Boston over the Hops. And Eminem, the Candyman, is up to the plate again against Knuckles Malone. He's 0 for 2 today. Malone just allowed 4 hits. That's all. No walks. Ground ball to short. The throw to first is on target, as Mano is retired. Sam Idiel's the batter. The 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4, and that is the first walk of the game for Knuckles Malone. Only his 10th of the season, compared to his 61 Ks. And he's back on track for hitting the top of the strikeout leaderboard. Malone's missed it a couple of seasons in a row. He was formerly an excellent strikeout pitcher. He seems to be finding his groove again with the Ravens. But more impressive is that's only his 10th walk of the season. Brian Chambliss, the batter now, with 1 out. Idiel's at first. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard down the third baseline, laced into the corner. That's going to be extra bases for sure. Idiels holds up at third. No, he's going. He's going. The throw home, not in time. And with that, it's an RBI double. Chambliss ties it up. Idiels scoring from second. Or I think Idiels was on first when that started. No, he was on second because he stole second. But anyway, it's all tied up in the bottom of the 7th. Trey Sayers in the batter now. And they're going to intentionally walk Sayerson to bring up Gary Halfpenny. Sayerson's got a good eye. He might have walked anyway had they pitched around him. Gary Halfpenny up to the plate. A decent contact hitter. He's batting .286 on the season. Not as good an eye, but he takes this one up the middle. It's a base hit to center. And it looks like Chambliss rounding third. He comes home to take the lead. No throw home. And an RBI single for Halfpenny has given the Nomads the lead. Malone has now given up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and 2 walks. Namshik Kim up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. The 2-2 pitch swings on an outside knuckleball. That's out number 2. Toronto still with 2 runners aboard and 2 outs now. Joey Walker back up to the plate. He had a single, I think, in his last at-bat. Swings and misses on a curveball, and that'll end it. Toronto strands 2, but they get 2 and take the lead here late in the game. The Ravens back up the top of the 8th. Naruyuki Nishino looking for win number 2 in his second game of his career. And he's having a gem of a game again. 100 pitches into the game. He's only allowed 6 hits, no walks, 1 earned run. Had 6 strikeouts. Very comparable numbers to Knuckles Malone until Malone allowed those 2 runs. That's a good question, Anakin. I think you'll find it depends on, I mean, from what I've read in the forums and stuff, it depends on if they're at the right level at the right time and they've got good coaches. With coaching on, And keep in mind, it's not all leagues use coaching, full coaching and full scouting. But I think with coaching on, the coaches do have an effect on their progression. And don't forget, too, that some leagues turn off player progression entirely. But we've got it on. And I think, given the AI coaching, if your coaches are good and they get along and they have good development influence, then your players will develop through the minors. I don't think if the game is anything like the real Major League Baseball, there's not a whole lot of development or progression at the Major League level because you should already be at the level you need to be at. But that's just my view. I think you can still put a coach at the top level, as John Barr grounds out to second here. I think you can put a coach on your Major League team that has good development influence and still find that your players will have some progress. That's my view. I don't know if anyone else has 2 cents to throw into that one for Anakin, but I believe that's the way the game goes. Brandon Seymour with one out. Nishino, the 0-1 pitch, ground ball to short. Idiles is there to get it. He's on it quickly and makes the throw, out number 2. Xavier DeSoto, the batter. There's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, no, fly ball, right into the glove of Ryba. The shadow had me fooled there for a second. And the Minneapolis goes down in order, as this is a tight ball game. 2-1 still for the Nomads. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Knuckles Malone still on the mound for the Ravens, hoping for a win against his former team. Very nearly had it, too, until the 7th frame. And now he's got to fight back. He needs some run support here to fight back. 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks given up for Malone. That's it. And 8 strikeouts, having a fantastic outing. Yagislav flies out to center. And that's going to do it for Knuckles Malone. Cruz comes in, the right-handed reliever. He's 1-1 on the season. He's allowed 24 hits, 13 earned runs, 11 walks. 21 strikeouts in 21 innings. 5.57 ERA. Ground ball pitcher. Mike Ryba with 1 away will face Cruz. The double Cruz. Cruz squared, I don't know. And Ryba laces one to center. It's back to the wall. An easy double as Seymour retrieves it and throws the cutoff. Runner in scoring position again for Toronto. The first batter to face the relief pitcher here. Maybe they should have left Knuckles Malone in. Candyman up to the plate again. Ryba at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Makanaku Amano, who's got the golden sombrero today, 0 for 4. Sam Idiles at the plate. It's 1 for 2 today. 2 away, runner at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and it's a blooper to left field. That's going to bring Ryba home from second. An RBI double makes it 3-1 for the Nomads. Arizona up 12-8. 7-6 is the score for St. Pete's over Seattle. They're in the top of the 8th. Brian Chambliss, the batter, against double Cruz. 3-1 pitch to Chambliss. Swung on, and it's just over the head of a leaping Viriato Quintal into center field. That's going to bring Idiles home from second. An RBI single for Chambliss has now made it 4-1, as the Nomads have had a steady trickle of hits and runs to wear down the Ravens here. Trey Sarazen at the plate. I'm loving this comeback. Swung and hit to left. That's going to be a fly out to left field to end it, stranding a runner. But Toronto with 2 more runs on 3 hits. We go to the 9th. Narayuki Nishino still on the bump for Toronto. No sign of their closer. I'm trying to remember, is it Damian Hines? I think Damian Hines. He's got to be in the bullpen at least. It is a safe situation. Toronto just with a 3-run lead. But Nishino going for the CG. Very daring with Minneapolis. They've got the meaty part of their lineup up, and they can get some runs. Nishino misses for ball 4. That's walk number 1 of the game. Walk number 2 of the season. And that's going to bring in Damian Hines as Chris Zahn steps up with Sirigo at first, tying a run on deck. The 1-2 pitch. That's the second game in a row that Noriaki Nishino has gone to the 9th inning, too. He's gone fairly deep. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Zoomers on. Whiffs on that one. Jose Canas with 1 out. Runner at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hines. Off the end of the bat, it's to the left field gap. It's carrying. Lots of room out there, looks like, though. Walker makes the grab. Sirigo back to first base. He goes 2-away. And Hines will now go for the S with Kenny Peterson at the plate. Swung on, ground ball to Sam Idiels. Throw to 2, and that ends it as Toronto wraps this one up and puts a bow on it. 4-1's the final for the Toronto Nomads over the Ravens. Another beautiful game by Nishino. The first loss of the season delivered to former Nomad, Knuckles Malone. What a fantastic pitching matchup, and Toronto with some a steady dribble of runs at the end there. They've really improved their offense this year. 9-6 is the final. Is the score for Ohio over New York. They're in the bottom of the 7th, and we'll see how the rest of the game's made out. But what a comeback win for the Nomads. They improved to 26-31 on the season. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Ravens fall to 39-20 with some weak scoring. Just unable to solve Nishino all game pretty much. 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error committed. The player of the game, again, Noriyuki Nishino. I think he was player of the game in his first outing. No, he didn't get player of the game, but I don't think. But anyway, he had a fantastic outing nonetheless. He gets the win, second of the season in his second outing. Damian Hines with save number 9. Knuckles Malone falls to 3-1 on the season. Fantastic game. And let's check those other scores. More Ravens on Twitch. It's true. Maybe it is true. There's a thing. Every time I broadcast a Ravens game on Twitch, they seem to lose. I haven't really followed that much, but I guess that's been the case. According to Jason, 10-7 was the final for the Metros over the Pit Bulls as they fall to 35-22. A little bit further behind. Well, actually, I guess they don't gain on the Ravens is really the point here. But the Ravens breaking their 15-game winning streak. That's the real story of the game. Ohio Oxen taking one away from the Dragons. 10-6 was the final there. Nick Pruitt gets win number 7 on the season. Nick Pruitt has been the bright and shining beacon of hope for the Oxen. And hopefully he continues to maintain that improvement track. But a surprising loss for Ron Alder, a very good pitcher, falls to 4-7 on the season. Boston Brawlers beat the Hops 6-3. Looks like Bayer improves 6-3 on the season. Some kid named Russell Frawley falls to 1-1. Zong Ming Gang, player of the game, looks like he had a home run. Washington Freedom fall to the Speeders 7-3 after finally getting on the board in the 8th inning. They were already behind 7-0 by that point. Miami Storm fall to the Cowboys 13-11. TJ Burlingame with his first win for the Cowboys. John Hart, 2 home runs for Miami. St. Pete's wins against the Salts. They improved to 31-28. They get an 8-7 win, just edging the Salts at home. A very badly needed win, I'm pretty sure, for Brandon. Kellaway, win number 2 in the season. Vasquez falling to 1-1. And a 4-3 victory for the Inferno over the Titles. A very close game there. And they're very close in the standings as well. in the wildcard standings. All right. Well, you know what time it is now. It's first-year player draft time. So let's proceed. Let me save this first in case something bad happens. And I've got to go and check that I've named the file the correct name, because if I don't name it the correct name, it won't import. Downloads. A lot of files in my downloads. Oh yeah, and the trades. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. No, it's not a 4-game sim. We're ending on Sunday. Well, we'll move to Monday, but yeah, it is scary. Oh, I get scared every time I try to import a draft. But let's see if I can do this without screwing it up, as I've done in the past. Almost done putting the draft results where they belong. And wait, what's going on? What? It's copying. No. Stop. Don't do that. Okay, I only wanted to copy one file. Where did it go? Yeah. Now, there's just one critical point where you can't hit the OK button again. Otherwise, it really screws it up. There we go. All right. Draft results. Got to rename this to draft.csv. And run the draft. Alrighty, folks. We are going to import the draft results. Do you want to autocomplete after import, or have the draft finished with the remaining players being declared free agents? Autocomplete. Remaining draft has been auto-completed. 329 draft picks. Now import the draft results. We will cancel. This is the glitch that ends up with double players all the time. And just to double check, I'll hit the transactions, make sure everything went hunky-dory. And there's our draft. So first overall pick, Kinryu. Scott Fitzpatrick, Jay Plangan. So there you go. Everyone's there. Did the whole 20 rounds. Meant to do 25, but that's okay. Your players have been drafted. We've got a trade to execute. So let's just, let me go back to the trade screen. Trade's completed. And I'll have to break it down to two. Oh wait, I can do that from here, right? Complete trade, yes. Complete trade, yes. And there were no other trades, correct? Those were submitted in game, and I accepted them in game. So that should do it. Just double check that they hit the log. There they are, fellas. Yeah, he could be. We'll see how Kinryu does. I really liked Kinryu. He wasn't my first pick. Fitzpatrick was. but Kin Ryu was second on my list. And I can't remember why again, and it might have been the injury that kind of had me put off by it, but I think he's going to be a great pitcher. In fact, I'm sure of it. All right, so the trades are done. The draft is done. Yeah, see, I think mine had them even. Let's hit the home page for a sec. All right. I'm going to save again because I'm very nervous about saving. Yeah, I liked Fitzy a lot. Miami's got Fitzy. Now we'll see what Miami does in 3 to 4 seasons, 5 seasons. And we have hit Monday, June 6th. Another week has gone by in the Bull League. Another sim down. Great game there. I love that Minneapolis-Toronto game. Not only because I had a comeback win, but I like to see a rookie pitcher like Nishino, who pitched really well in his first outing, come up with another gem. It's not just a fluke then. And Knuckles Malone, despite the loss, still on top of the ERA leaderboard, still having a fantastic season, and he's still going to be a great pitcher for the Ravens. But falling to 3-1 on the season. Well, 6-1 on the season, 3-1 for the Nomads. Let's see his season stats there. Totals still projecting 16 wins, a 2.02 ERA. He's having a good year. Projecting 173 Ks, still a sub 1 WHIP. He's a fantastic pitcher. So I'm glad I squeaked out a win against him, considering he was my player. It wasn't awful. It was a great game. My lineup did what it was designed and engineered to do, which is get the small ball type runs. I don't have a lot of home run hitters. I think my main guy is Eminem now, and I've had a few out of I think Mike Ryba, Yagislav. Yags has given me 12 home runs. I only have a handful of people batting 300. So this is, I've been trying to do on base percentage guys with speed, not necessarily to get a lot of stolen bases. Although in the past seasons I've had pretty good stolen bases, but yeah. 105. Well, if he finishes the year with a 120 WHIP or less, then that's still a good WHIP in the league, and he's still a great pitcher. So Craig Gnarly, 422 on the season still. John Rambo, 414. They're still in the race. One of them could hit over 400 by the end of the season. Rambo already has done that. That's a pretty good race there. I'll look at the standings again. New York Dragons still on top of the Lake League East with a sub 500 record, which is a little bit embarrassing for the Lake League East. My Nomads a game and a half behind them, tied with the Boston Brawlers. Both of us have won a game. I've done a little bit better in the last 10. The Montreal Metros 4 games out of first, 23-33 is their record. The Ravens still on top of the West, 39-20 is their record. 3 games ahead of the Chicago Pitbulls. And Ohio Oxen, 8.5 out of first, 29-27, still in a wild card spot due to the East Division being so bad this year. 29-27, 518 win-loss percentage. Milwaukee Hops, 27-29. Even they could find themselves in a wild card spot. They're only 2 games behind Ohio, and they are doing better than the rest of the East Division. So over in the Metro League, the Admirals on top of their division by 3 games. The Calgary Inferno have really charged back there. They're still under 500, 27-30 on the season, but 3 games behind the Admirals, who have had some stumbles lately. They're 3-7 in the last 10, as Brandon well knows and has reminded us. He's had a little bit of a stumble there. Injuries have really racked up for the Admirals, and I think that's a large part of what's going on. He doesn't have enough AAA guys ready for the bigs yet. Miami Storm 7.5 out of first. Washington Freedom, Jeff's Freedom are 18-38. They're 11.5 out of first place. Nevada Speeders 42-14. They are still the kings of the Bull League. With that record, they are 10.5 ahead of the Seattle Salts. Interestingly enough, the Salts, with their 32-25 win-loss record, are still in a commanding position in the wild card, 4.5 ahead of the California Titles. And the Arizona Cowboys 19.5 behind the Speeders, although they are on a 3-game winning streak and trying to turn that bus around. The Ravens ended their 15-game win streak with that loss to Toronto. They're now 9-1 in their last 10. But never you mind that they've taken the first. They have a significant lead over the Pitbulls. Still a close race between those two, but gradually opening it up. All right. That's about it for today's sim. We'll be back tomorrow night with another double game broadcast. And we'll do 4 games tomorrow. I believe that's on the schedule. Let's see here. This Monday game only has 2 teams playing anyway, or 4 teams playing anyway with 2 games. And it wouldn't be a very good game to sim. There's no, both the human teams are playing AI teams. But then a bunch of new series start. Chicago's in, we're back to interleague. So Chicago's in St. Pete's. Milwaukee's playing Washington. Ohio's at Miami. New York, Arizona, Minneapolis, Calgary, Toronto, and California. That could be a good one. Boston and Nevada could be a good one. And Montreal and Seattle. So I'll have to pick one of these teams to watch. Wow, look at this picture. Perez for Montreal, 0-10 on the season. Have they not taken him behind the shed yet and just ended it? He's projecting 5 stars, but he's doing terribly. Came up too early. I would dump him back to AA. But I don't run Montreal. Yeah, we'll sim tomorrow night, I think, and call it a night for now. But let's see who's 6 viewers. Who we got that's simming right now? That's streaming right now that we like. Looks like is anybody doing a baseball sim right now? I don't see anyone doing baseball. There's somebody doing an out of the park. No, we're the people doing the out of park 20. Nobody's doing baseball. MLB The Show. There's some people simming that or streaming that. I don't know. You guys got any suggestions? We want to raid anybody or just could raid somebody from Empire Gaming. Why don't we see who from Empire Gaming's streaming right now? I think what we're going to do is raid a small streamer, Mystic Donkey, doing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So let's start that rolling. He's one of the Empire people. Say hi from the Bull League and say hi from Empire. Uh-oh. Do you just do another beer me? Do I have to beer? That's the end of that one, Scott. All right. So say hi to my friend Mystic Donkey from the Bull League. I'll stick around for a bit too and lurk. Are you ready to rock and roll? All right, enjoy it. Say hi.